Maryland attorney Renee Boston here, bringing you another video from Boston Law Group LLC. The role of a juror is very serious and an integral part of our U.S. court system. A jury can decide someone's guilt and whether someone should receive a life sentence or death. A jury can also decide if someone should be held accountable for causing a car crash and the resulting injuries. In addition, a jury can also decide if a doctor who failed to properly diagnose and treat a patient should be responsible for that patient's death. If called for jury duty, please respond, but more importantly, take it seriously. A juror will never know the plaintiff or defendant's full history and how he or she got into the situation leading up to jury selection and trial. After my last trial, I spoke with some of the jurors who were kind of bothered that they didn't get the backstory of the relationship between the parties. The rules of evidence dictate what evidence or testimony the jury will be allowed to hear and see. Something that may seem relevant to the fact finder juror may not be relevant in the eyes of the law and deemed inadmissible. Sometimes the parties could agree or stipulate to what evidence should be admitted and which should be excluded. A juror receives a certain amount of information on the case on which he or she must decide. The juror is only allowed to use what is admitted into evidence and can only use the testimony that he or she is instructed to use. If the judge orders that certain things be disregarded, please disregard those things. After the case is concluded, the judge will instruct the jury on what law to follow during deliberations. In addition to following the applicable law, the jury is also permitted to use common sense. Using common sense allows the jury to add a missing piece to the puzzle provided. For example, in a medical negligence case, a doctor testifies that he knew that an IV feeding tube had been installed in the patient at 10 a.m., but all of the tangible evidence states that no IV feeding tube was ever inserted. Either the doctor is lying, he's mistaken, or he forgot. However, when confronted with computer printouts from the on-duty nurses, it is discovered that the doctor neither reported into the hospital nor did he speak with anyone regarding that particular patient. A juror is free and encouraged to insert common sense into this scenario. Common sense is key to fill in any gaps, but applying the law is foremost. Take the Casey Anthony trial in Florida. We are not Florida attorneys, nor do we have all of the facts surrounding this case, but what we do know is that it seems the jury did what they were supposed to do. For murder in Maryland, the state must prove that a murder, not accidental death, occurred and that the accused caused the death. The state must also prove how, where and when the person died. Having a gut feeling or believing so is not the law that should be applied. It is irrelevant what the attorneys or the judge thinks. What is relevant is what the plaintiff, in civil cases, or the state, in criminal cases, can prove using the applicable law as instructed by the judge. Thanks for watching and make it a great Wednesday.